A few weeks ago, we visited the La Vega estate, and Mr. Manhin was gracious enough to show us around, and he also gave us a few fruits to try. And one of the fruits he gave us was Lipote. It was the first time I was hearing about this fruit. It's a berry that gets darker as it ripens. It's tart in flavor with a hint of sweetness, and the flesh real reminiscent of a pommerac, and they are actually relatives. So think about a pommerac in berry form with, very strong flavors in terms of tartness and some sweetness. Now, I ate most of mine just as is, but I also wanted to try making a dessert with it. So I decided to make a compote that would be the base for a dessert pizza. And in culinary terms, a compote is fruit stewed in liquid with sugar and other flavorings. Now, I'm aware that Lipote is not the easiest thing to find. And if you want to try this recipe and get identical results, comment below and I'll see if I could get Mr. Manhin to sell it at La Vega. But I could easily substitute the Lipote with sorrel, sour cherries, blueberries, cranberries, strawberries, or even apples. Any fruit that has tart flavors would give you a similar outcome in terms of flavor. And to get the compote going, I have to de-seed the Lipote. So I smashed them a little bit, I applied some pressure to loosen the flesh from the seed, or you could just use a paring knife and remove the flesh as well. And to start the stew, you want to add the fruit to a pot, then add equal parts water to equal parts sugar and allow it to simmer on medium to low heat for about 15 to 20 minutes until the fruit is completely broken down. Now I also add in some cinnamon and some bay leaf here to my compote for that Caribbean spice flavor. Now on to the pizza dough. Lately I've been experimenting with different ingredients to see if I can improve the consistency and flavor of my pizza dough. And I think I have something close to perfect here. For this dough recipe I'm using 1 cup of 00 flour. Now I know you're going to ask where I could find 00 flour in Trinidad. Now I'll be honest and let you know that I didn't buy this 00 flour here. I actually bought it when I was in New York last year. But I'm doing some research to see where it could be sourced locally. If anyone has a lead, hit me up in the comments and let me know where you could find it. So the ratio here is 1 cup of 00 flour to 2 cups of all-purpose flour. And if you don't have the 00 flour, just go ahead and use 3 cups of all-purpose flour. You want to use 1 tablespoon of yeast, 1 teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of sugar, and 2 cups of warm water. Mix it together until it forms a ball. Then you want to turn it onto a work surface and knead it for 8 to 10 minutes. You cover it with a damp cloth or plastic wrap and allow it to proof for 45 minutes or until the dough has doubled in size. In the meantime, let's check on the compote. Everything looking good here. The fruit's broken down, and remember you could always adjust the taste and consistency to your liking. So if you want it sweeter, you could add more sugar, or you could use some honey, or you could feel free to use other spices like nutmeg and clove as well. And if the mixture becomes too dry, you could always add more water as you go along. Now the pizza dough has risen, it's about time to make the pizza. Ripping off a handful of dough here, I'm going to form it into a ball and rolling it out with a rolling pin. And remember you have to flour the surface of your work area and the rolling pin so the dough doesn't stick. Now the trick to getting this gourmet style pizza at home is to cook the dough before you put it into the oven. And this is one of the tips that I shared with Emily when she was doing the pizza episode on Simply Local. You want to start off in a preheated frying pan or a tower. Place the pizza dough and allow it to cook for 1 minute. Now the pan or the tower need to be hot because this really doesn't take long to cook. Now once the top starts to bubble, flip it and turn off the flame on the stove top. The residual heat will cook the other side just enough because we need to still put it under the broiler. And the rest of the process is easy. I top in my pizza here with goat cheese. And I experimented with mozzarella as well. And while it didn't taste bad at all, the goat cheese gave it a more dessert finish. I like the texture of the goat cheese a little better. But you could also use mascarpone here as well. I don't think regular rat cheese would work good. But if that's all you have, use it and let me know how it turned out. You want to put the pizza in the oven under the broiler at 450 degrees for 3 to 4 minutes. And boom, done. We have a very subtle char on the goat cheese and the crust around the pizza as well, and giving the final product real character. And for the final step, I add in some fresh mint to the mix. And I won't lie to all you, this tastes amazing. And as you can see, it wasn't a complicated thing to make at all. But the final product will have you feeling like it's a big chef now. So I urge you to try this one. I was real grateful that Mr. Manhin was generous with the Lipote because it really allowed me to experiment and create this amazing dessert pizza. And if you like this recipe, please give the video a like and a share. And like I said before, don't be afraid to try other fruits as well. Experiment and let me know how it goes. The full recipe can be found on eatahfoodtt.com. The link will be posted in the description. And if you're new to the channel, please take a moment to subscribe for more great content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.